My guest in the studio, already seated to my left, is Deputy Communications Director of the NPP, Michael Kujuna. Mike, good morning.
Very good morning to you, Brian.
And thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having us also.
Great. And then to my right is Member of Parliament for Ablikuma Central, Honorable Theophilus Tetechai. Good morning. And I hope you're doing great too. Great. Now, let's straight away jump into this story. Let's start with the exhibition, and then we'll tie that in with the issue of the e-transmission, because the Electoral Commission is suggesting that indeed the decision to do e-transmission was not unilateral. It didn't take that decision alone. But the big story this morning is that parties have abandoned exhibition centers. We're told that agents of these parties are not there. Now, the story is suggesting that the NDC, the NPP, the PNC, and the CPP are saying that, well, we're not there, but we've asked our constituency executives to be part of the process, to be there and monitor the process. Now, let's start with that one, and then we'll tie that in with the e-transmission. Honorable Theophilus Tetechai, so the political parties are a major key stakeholders here. The complaints of wrongs with the voter register, and yet such an important process, one of the steps to the elections, they are not there.
Thank you very much. First of all, let me say good morning to your cherished viewers, and also to thank the Ghanaian public for the support they have for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
I see.
Yeah. Now coming to the electoral processes. Well, for some time now, it has been a challenge for all of us as a country. Various political parties hearing their views in terms of how the voters' register should be cleaned. As a political party, the NDC has made its views known to the public as to what needs to be done, to the extent that some members of the opposition, New Patriotic Party, together with other citizens of this country, went to court to ensure that proper methods are used for the cleaning of the register. We were assured by the Electoral Commission that yes, it is within their mandate to ensure that we have a clean register for the 2016 December 7th elections. So they went ahead, started with the processes. People were of the view that some of the issues raised by the court are not being followed. So the same petitioners went back to court to seek interpretation of what needs to be done. Yes, the court also came out clearly to give guidelines as to how it wants things done. And clearly, the Electoral Commission followed suit, gave us dates for the exhibition exercise and then for the cleaning of those who use NHIS cards in registering. Now, for me, in my experience in politics since 1992, I have worked severally at the grassroots level in terms of polling agents, ensuring that we have credible elections and so on and so forth. And it has been a challenge that there's no point in our registration or exhibition exercise that the general public have shown that much interest.
And even political parties?
And even political parties. But the two major political parties have always been at the forefront, the NDC and the NPP. Most of these registration exercises, exhibition exercises, these two political parties are always there to ensure that the right things are done. Yes, the newspaper is reporting that some political parties have abandoned.
They have left there. They have left the exercise to
but
their constituency
for me,
executives.
it is not wholly true, because I know that for the NDC, we want to ensure that the right things are done. Because when it comes to elections, mounting the campaign platform and then sending messages across is how to police the system, ensure that the right things are being done, so that at the end of the day, political parties will have the cause to complain about any irregularity. And so therefore we mounted a strategy to ensure that the registration exercise, the verification, all those things goes on smoothly. So I don't know where the story is being picked.
So actually visited some polling centers,
maybe
exhibition centers, and the officials are not there. But it seems to suggest the parties are not really excited about these things. What they want is a final the election itself.
No, why shouldn't political parties?
Because you're not there. I'm telling the graphic is reporting that you're not there.
Well, we don't know actually the various polling stations they went to.
But you're not suggesting that indeed your party officials are there.
No, I would not be in the position.
Because your party says that it has given that task to constituency executives to do.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's leave it here. But Mike, let's tie that in with this e-transmission thing. For you, a brief on this polling station issue. The suggestion that parties are not interested in this. And the fact that it is a worry, because this is the process that will lead to the putting together of the voting register. So if you're not there, then we should be worried about it.
Okay, let me start by saying a very good morning to your viewers, to my brother Tete, and to your good self. Yes, on the face of it, it seems worrying. But I have always insisted that this is not the way to go. I have voted abroad before. I've voted in England before. And my experience there was that when I got to the polling station, there was no party agent. There was an EC official, his legs crossed, reading a newspaper. Everything was working. If we have a country, and you know our best practice is mainly from England and some from America. We want to learn the thing properly. Yet, we have situations where the EC will make mistakes, and instead of us charging the EC, we say that if the polling agent is not there, it's okay for the EC to make the mistake. You see the problem? So when we talk about these kind of things, it's for best practice. The MPP, and of course the NDC to an extent, but the MPP is well known for always promoting reforms for electoral issues. Not because we want to cause confusion in Ghana, but because we believe in improvement, transparency, and accountability, which are all the ethos of the Electoral Commission. Now, I'm not surprised that we don't have agents there because it is very expensive.
It's been left to constituency executives.
It is very expensive. So now we are doing more of patrolling. But it's very expensive to have somebody sit there for 3 weeks. Do you know you have to give the person food every day? And it's done by the MP. It may sound like a conglomerate, i.e. the party is doing it. No. That the child will have to be doing it in his constituency if he were going. Where do you get the money from? How do you sustain it? And so I'm saying it's not sustainable for us to put our future in the hands of party agents when we have the Electoral Commission.
So how do we ensure a clean process?
That is why the Electoral Commission should be of a certain behavior where we trust them. Now look at this e-transmission thing. I was very, very surprised that we raised certain concerns regarding e-transmission. It's not a fight. It's concerns that should be addressed. Straight away, the EC says MPP is being hypocritical, but we were at a proposal signatory, whatever. Let me go on to explain.
The party was not there?
Yeah, let me explain what the issue is. Look, first of all, are you aware that there have been certain proposals that were put forward? That was signed by Kwabena Jepong.
Right.
Then the EC itself, yes. Now those were proposals. And the Chai is here. Let us just talk about it honestly. Then the EC itself came and gave 20 reforms that they intend to implement. And on the EC's own website, it has talked about this. And then gone further to even mention 27 key reforms that it will implement. The exact number is 27. E-transmission is not there.
among the named
It's
reforms?
not among what they've agreed to. You see, a proposal is different from an intention to perform. And we are saying that, one, it is not there. So, what is the situation? Look, just like the date changed.
Mike, it is not where?
It is not on the EC's website.
Okay.
Yes. So that is not there. That is undisputed. Now, we are saying that available records show that the EC Reform Committee only proposed the scanning of the collation sheet. Listen to this. Collation sheet and transmission of the same from constituency collation center, followed by depositing the actual certified collation sheet
At the headquarters?
Yes. However, what the EC is proposing to do now is radically different. What they are proposing to do is that they are saying that they want transmission results from the polling station. And this was shown in, recently when they had their the tender, where 5 have been shortlisted. So we are just asking that, is this different from what you said? In any case, has this decision been made? In any case, if it is going to be made or has been made, can we be part of that demonstration that you are about to do, so that when we are part of it, we can go through the processes to make sure that it is not in a situation where we will have a lot of problems.
Mike, you're suggesting that what Mr. Kwame Japan might have appended his signature to was just proposal.
Proposal.
That's what you're saying.
Yes. And so I'm saying that even further.
And you think the EC is not
I don't want to look. We don't believe in.
Because the EC says it was a decision
The EC has got
taken.
it wrong. They've got it wrong. That even at this stage, the NDC, they can tell me now, if the 27 that the EC have agreed to perform, if e-transmission is there, they should tell me. That's all we want. But you can't tell me.
The EC suggested, Mr. Jakpasu, for instance, has spoken and said that it was part of the many reforms that the EC
proposed. No, this was proposed.
So you agree?
You are getting it wrong.
Okay, you agree that it was proposed.
I'll let my brother to help you.
No,
this was proposed by
right,
various political parties, and it was signed by all of them,
right,
to show that these are some of the things that we want. That was given to the EC. So the signature is there as to the proposed reforms. Then the EC itself has put a list of 27 that they intend to carry out.
Right.
They didn't do all the proposals that were brought.
And this is one of them.
And one of them was one of the 27 there. It's not e-transmission. That's what I'm saying.
No, now let me go. I am asking you these questions because the EC is suggesting that it is one of the many proposals they made.
Oh, my brother. You are confusing the people. Okay. I said there's a difference.
You go ahead and let the people understand.
Wait, there's a difference between proposal signed by all the political parties and what the EC has accepted to do.
Okay. And
there's a difference.
And your beef is that
so stop talking about proposal.
E-transmission was not
too early.
E-transmission was not one of them.
It's not part of the 27 key reforms that it intends to implement.
Okay.
That has been put
so
on its
so
website.
you're disagreeing with the EC that it is one?
No. The EC is not saying that it is one of the key reforms.
The EC said that.
The EC is saying that we have signed the proposal which had e-transmission. But we are saying that the proposal is not a decision. The proposal is an intention to create a legal relation. But it is not actually a performance of it. Now, despite that, these are some of the things that the MPP we are worried about. Look, are you aware that, for example, in Ecuador, Mexico, Kenya, when the results started being transmitted electronically, there was a breakdown in the system. In Ecuador, for example, for 2 whole weeks, the results were not coming. What is our counter for something like that? We just want to discuss it to the EC. We want the transparency. After all, part of their mandate is to be transparent and accountable to the Ghanaian people. And so if you ask for transparency and accountability, it means you hate the EC. I am very, very surprised.
Is the EC not right in saying that you were part of that meeting? So all these issues you were raising could have been raised there.
You are not getting it. Let me repeat again. We were part of the meeting for proposals sent.
Great. And the EC said these things were discussed there.
Hold on. We're not part of the decision. We are saying that if you have taken a decision and you want to go ahead, because you are aware that now they've gone ahead to put in a tender for these machines. So now it is not just a thought, it is action. One, why is it not one of the 27?
The proposal was not discussed at that meeting?
The decision, don't you get the difference? The decision was not discussed. And I'm saying that after that, we don't mind if the EC thinks that that is the way to go. However, we know that these 5 companies are about to do a demonstration of how they intend to do this. What we are saying by consensus is, EC, first of all, we were not consulted that a decision has been made. But in any case, if we are going to go ahead of it, let us discuss at the IPAC. Okay. The decision has not been discussed between me and Tete.
Okay.
Finally,
let's quickly wrap up this one.
Yes. Okay. Finally, we want to have a demonstration to understand it. And you know, sometimes we, the political parties, because we're on the ground, we can give certain insight and say, Mr. Owner of this e-transmission, Mr. Whiteman, who has come to stand there, in Ghana, this might be problematic because so and so. Tete Chai gives his opinion. The EC puts it together as a final report, and that even helps the programmer to deal with it. That's what we are saying.
Okay, all right.
Does this call for insults?
For me? Okay, but the EC has not insulted.
No, but people are saying
just says
the
that
EC just
the
wants
MPP saying that they were not, they don't know of this proposal is wrong because
in effect,
they were there. They are not. They are not. Mike, they are not.
Right. I have listened to Mr. McMenu. And he has accepted the fact that they are very much aware of this process. But it was a question that he asked. Okay? Now, you see, if you look at the chronology of events taking place, especially on the front of the MPP, for me, I see clearly that the MPP is not ready for this year's elections. Because you see, if you look at all the things that the EC does, these are things that are discussed at the IPAC level. The EC has never done anything that political parties have not been informed or have not been privy to. Okay? Now, in this new electronic transmission that they want to do, yes, there is no way the EC will implement this new system without taking political parties through the system. How it will be run.
August 1,
exactly. So what is the hue and cry? Is it that from today up to December 7th, we should continuously be painting the Electoral Commission black? What agenda are we setting? The very things that we have agreed to, and then we turn around to pretend as if we knew nothing about it, just to create that negative impression in the minds of the public. And I think what the MPP is doing, they need to stop. If they are not ready for the elections, they should let Ghanaians know. You see, if you look at the transitional provisions that we all agreed that it should be brought to November 7th, what happened? The same people during the final moment kicked against it. It tells you one thing, that the MPP is not ready for the December, for this year's elections. And they are just buying time, creating the pressure as if everything is wrong about the elections that we are going to hold as a nation. But you see, this is not the first time as a country we are going through elections. And if we start doing this, we create some form of apprehension. So I beg, I'm appealing to the MPP that look, let us allow the Electoral Commission to do its work. There's no way the Electoral Commission will implement this thing without involving the political parties as to how transmissions will be done, as to how the results will be collated. And you and I, we all know. So what is the hue and cry? The MPP is up to something, and it is about time Ghanaians see through their lens what the MPP is doing. It is not fair. It is not.
Let's move on to another. So,
Let me have my second bite.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Please, here the second bite.
Oh,
I mean, Bright, why? That's the rules of engagement.
Okay,
Or is it
only
not?
30 seconds.
Why
Because
do you always
I
have
want
this
us to
debate?
move.
No, Bright, I don't understand.
No,
when my brother was
you see,
speaking,
no,
Bright, I have
no.
to make this clear.
You are giving
When my
some
brother
weight.
was speaking, you were actually not. You paid attention. Like,
All right.
If I start speaking, you start interrupting with probing questions.
Okay.
Please let me also have my bite to the cherry.
Yeah,
He spoke first. I spoke second. Then he has spoken again.
No,
let me
you
also
were
speak.
giving
I would-
Please,
I would
let me also
interrupt
speak.
if, for instance, you
Well,
say that the EC is
interrupt,
calling the
but-
NPP liars.
But that's what.
I would stop you.
Well, I didn't say the EC. I said people are, and that's what my brother has just done, which I'm
have
about
I
to
done?
respond to.
No,
so
no,
let me have my day, please.
No,
Let me-
you
between me and Bright, not between me
you
and
can't
you.
have your day.
Okay.
Just 30 seconds. Let's move to
Well,
another
I'll
issue.
have 2 minutes because you have 2 minutes. Please,
No,
indulge me.
no,
indulge
you have
me.
30 seconds, Mike.
Well,
Let's move on to another
That
issue.
is not fair, and I think your viewers.
Well,
all know
I determine the
Well, but
fairness
your,
here, so
your
move on.
determination must be fair.
Mike.
Yes, and I'm saying that it is fair.
Your determination
Your
must be fair.
attempt-
And,
So let me
okay,
speak.
and I'm saying
Let me
that it is fair. 30 seconds is fair,
Well,
so that
you were
Yes,
giving
another-
so
let
much
me
time.
speak.
Okay, so
Speak,
move on.
speak, please.
Move on.
Now, in response to what my brother said, that the MPP are not ready. In fact, we are rather ready.
Okay.
That is why we are able to challenge the timetable of the EC. My brother, are you aware that we are the ones who proposed 7th November? As way back as November
The very people who
2014.
rejected it.
Why did we reject it later?
It means
Why?
you are not ready.
We rejected it because we
You
realized that
ready.
the EC's timetable was not ready.
Okay.
And if it came early, it will cause problems. Now, secondly, and most importantly, we are talking about the fact that he says this has been discussed and agreed. I don't know if they've agreed it with NDC.
Oh.
Yes,
Well,
but
look,
please,
look,
let me also make my point. But we have not agreed.
Mike, you see,
Mike, you are not-
Can I-
you see,
can I-
you are not
this is
being
this is
fair.
yeah, this is where
Because I made
you-
it-
Your campaign chairman
you
has
bring me
acknowledged
in.
to that
He
fact.
said we have done so. You said nothing.
Mark
Let me just
Menu
make
has
it because-
acknowledged that
no,
fact.
No, it's not been agreed with us. What is happening is this: when they brought it on their website, we were not informed.
Which
Which website?
Wait,
We are talking about a meeting where the NPP was.
we are talking of
the
an
meeting? The meeting
agreed
did
meeting.
not agree it.
Oh, they agree on
Do you
what?
understand? No, you are not getting the chronology.
Mike,
It's a meeting.
I don't.
But
I am
anyway,
not sure.
Let me. Instead of-
You wrap up and let's
But you
move. I'm
need
not
to
sure
let me
I'll
make
get
my
it from
point.
the
If
way
I
you are
land-
explaining
Well,
it.
but if I land,
Okay.
you understand it. But if you don't allow me to land, you understand. So let me land. I am saying that the proposal we are aware of. We are not aware that e-transmission has been agreed. In fact, when we found out that these companies have been shortlisted, then we have approached them and said, look, if you want to do e-transmission, fine. But what are the modalities? And that is the word we keep using.
Okay.
What
Mike,
are the
I think
modalities?
you've told me this story.
Yes,
already.
exactly.
So let's
So
move.
that's the same story
Let's
which
move
I
on.
need to emphasize. Now, he was
let-
saying, just the last point, if you will indulge me. He doesn't want me to talk. Pity. Now, the last one is this. He says that the EC will involve us.
The
We
EC
don't
has
have-
said it will involve.
all
us.
the processes that
Oh,
they
is
go
he
through.
going to allow me? Because when he was talking, I kept quiet. Me, I can interrupt him.
Mike,
And
you
then
go
your
on,
program
go
will
on.
not be nice.
Go
So
on.
keep quiet and let me talk to the Ghanaians.
Mike,
My issue is that sometimes consensus midway or after is not the best, because at that stage it may be too little too late. We are just kindly suggesting that involve us at the beginning so that we can use this to help Ghana. How can MPP be wrong?
Again, you're suggesting the party was not involved because
No.
you have conceded you're
No,
part of the
there's
proposal.
about to be an
You conceded you were part of the proposal. You
right.
did.
Why you
did,
why you
you
opinionated on my
am not.
opinion? Yes.
I am not.
my yes.
All right.
I am
Okay.
saying that
I am moving on.
I am saying that
I'm
it is
moving
our
on.
wish.
Okay.
Instead of later to do it earlier.
All right.
Do you have a problem with that?
I have no
That's what we are
problem. I'm
saying.
grateful.
And we are
Yeah.
entitled to that.
Okay. Mike Okwe Jr. is the Deputy Communications Director of the MP. I'm grateful, Mike, for the last